Sis, you're somebody's prayer. You better not be out here begging for love. If hurting you doesn't hurt them, then they don't love you and you don't need them. Knowing when to leave is important. The job, the party, and the relationship.
Never make a man tell you he doesn't want you more than once. He's told you in 90 different ways that he doesn't want you. When he doesn't come home, when he doesn't talk to you, when he doesn't share like he used to, when he, that's saying, I don't want you. And that doesn't have anything to do with your value as a person. Women often, we've invested so much time and money in a guy, we just can't, we can't cut our losses and go. But it never gets better. You can't, never beg anybody to love you. It never works.
Hi there. Welcome back to Unfiltered for You Stories. If you're new here, you're most welcome. And if you're my returning viewer, thank you so much for always watching my videos. Today we have another very interesting topic about why, as a woman, you should never beg a man for love, or you should never beg a man to choose you or for his attention. Yeah, this is very true because love is supposed to be freely given to you. So here today we are going to watch some clips of women sharing their experiences or their dating stories of when they begged men for love and what happened when they did it. So without wasting much time, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and let's get started. I'll catch up with you later.
Never beg a man to love you. Never beg a man to be with you. Never beg a man for commitment, attention, affection, time, love. Never beg a man to come back or stay. You should never have to beg a man to feel wanted. Begging is demanding and is super degrading. If a man is not willing to give you all of those things with his arms wide open, it's simple. He doesn't like you, and that's okay. No man under any circumstances is worth begging for, ever. Because if he really liked you, and if he really wanted to be with you, you wouldn't have to beg. Make sense? Be smart, date smart, choose wisely, Net Nation. And remember, I told you.
I will never beg anyone to be a part of my life ever again. Let me explain. I remember one night when I was in a relationship, I was literally on my hands and knees begging someone to just love and care about me. And they screamed in my face, and I was like, can you please just love me right now? Let's put shit aside. Can you just love me for a second? And they walked over my body and walked out of the room and left. And that still to this day was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. As soon as I saw him walk out that door, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I begging someone to love me? I'm done asking for people to care. If you don't want to care, don't care. But do not be surprised when I never come back. I fucking love you.
You're gonna get tired of giving you chances, or begging for you to be romantic, or excuses that you don't have time when you didn't give it to her even when you had it. She'll get tired of the double standards, and eventually she'll crave magic. She gonna start treating your ass the way you treat her, and you'll get upset because you could dish it, but you can't stand it. You tell her to be at peace, but then say hurtful shit that you don't mean. If she's a reflection of you, ask yourself why you ain't liking what you see. When she's only reciprocating all the bullshit that you bring, she'll tell you what's missing, and then you dismiss her feelings and never listen. And then her broken heart will end up in the hands of a real man who loves to fix shit, and then she got your attention. But by then it'll be too late. How long did you expect her to wait? Not appreciating what you have until it gets snatched right in front of your face and knowing that there's nothing that you can do. Not valuing what you have until it turns into what you had got everything to do with you.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but baby, stop begging them to love you. The reason you are staying and asking them to keep loving you is because you have not learned how to love yourself. And I promise you, I have been there. I once stayed in a relationship with somebody who was clearly communicating that they did not want to be with me anymore. And I kept begging. I kept begging because I was like, whoa, we have done shit together. We have done amazing things together. And at the end of the day, by begging, I continued my own suffering. And something that should have ended in peace and love and grace ended in turmoil and trauma. So if you can learn anything from my mistake in relationships today, is this: don't you ask anybody to stay when they want to leave. If you can feel that they're not loving you anymore, I want you to let them go and focus on loving yourself. Mwah.
Have you begged
Yes.
in a relationship? And what did that entail? Like, what did you beg for?
I begged for love. I begged for attention. I begged for touch.
Wow.
I begged for communication. I begged to make it work. I actually brought myself to the lowest that I think that I've ever been in my whole life. Like I loved this person more than I loved myself. So I gave up any of my desires to try to make this person happy and make him love me. And I was willing to do anything to get the love from this person. And looking back, it's pitiful. Oh my God, I could cry. I could fucking cry because I love them so much, and I begged and begged. And now when I think back, like, you don't have to beg. You don't have to beg.
It's crazy.
It comes. And when it does come, it's like, oh my God, it's here.
Never underestimate how fast a woman will cut you off for making her feel like she's begging for your love. And it's not going to be overnight, but when it happens, it'll be fast, like a thief in the night. It is funny because men always regret losing this type of woman. Not the one that's going to get revenge and sleep around to get her lick back, but the one who knows what she brings to the table and isn't afraid to eat alone. Yeah, these are hindsight 2020 women. The ones a lot of men don't even believe exist until they felt the pain in their chest from losing one. She'll walk away from your disrespect without looking back for your reaction. She's the one that's going to ignore men every day because she loves you, but if you fumble her, then you'll become one of those men that she's ignoring. And your begging won't be a bargaining chip once you crossed her boundaries because she knows she gave you every chance to get it right until you ran out of chances and she told you to get out. See, ego and insecurity will cause an immature man to misinterpret this woman's loyalty as too good to be true. Like she's just gonna up and leave, like she's just weighing better options. Whole time, she's only weighing your effort. And if it's adding up to the bare minimum, then it's gonna be you that she subtracts. Because man, you don't lose this kind of woman when your money ain't right or when another man comes along. You lose this type of woman when you start acting like she ain't much to lose. And then she'll show you better than she can tell you.
Gents, gone are those days when women used to beg. Nowadays, if you cheat, she's gone. You disappear. When you come back, she's in a new relationship. You start being inconsistent, she blocks your number. You call her, voicemail. You don't spoil her, bye-bye.
And this is why the Red Pill Manosphere podcast bros are always so angry, jumping in front of a podcast mic to talk about how they don't like women and they're too masculine. You're just mad that you can't get one. And you definitely can't get one to settle for you. Men are realizing more and more that to get a good woman, you have to be a good man. That's the part their fathers and their grandfathers didn't teach them because their mothers and their grandmothers settled for less. The sad part is settling is how a lot of them got here in the first place. Gone are the days that women put up with any kind of mistreatment because they had no choice. We have choices now. And we don't have to put up with it. You've seen women on this app call off weddings. You've seen them move out with their 4 kids. You've seen them give rings back. You've seen them say, I'd rather be by myself. That's why they hate the rich auntie movement. That's why they hate to see a successful woman who is single and unmarried and doesn't want to be. They need you more than they ever want to admit. They get on a Red Pill podcast every day and talk about how much they can't stand women, but they refuse to get out of our faces. It's because they do want women, but they want you to beg for them. They want you desperate for them. They want to mistreat you and you allow it.
Number one, you wasting your valuable time trying to convince somebody why they should like you, why they should respect you. You're begging them for attention, for love, for affection. Baby, the moment you find yourself doing that, that's when you're losing even more respect. Because when you're good to a person and they still don't know how to treat you, they don't deserve it. Now, I'm not saying everybody has to like you and they don't have to be with you or want to be with you. What I am saying is, if they don't, and they're showing you that they don't, there are no words, no amount of phrases, no amount of money, no amount of niceness. There are no deeds big enough. Nothing at all you can do to make them change the way they feel about you. And if you have to give them something in order for them to treat you the way you want to be treated, then they're just using you. And not because they want you, only because they want something that you have. Those are the ones who do not deserve you. They have not earned your love, your respect, and they haven't earned anything that you could ever give them. So stop giving it to them. You better learn how to let go of that curse so you can get a blessing, baby. It might not feel good right now, but take my word for it. You're gonna wake up one day and be so happy you did. Because your creator knows very well what you need so much better than you do. I love you, be well.
Don't you ever cry or beg for a man. Don't you ever in your life cry in front of a man and begging in front of a man. I would rather you shave your pussy and create falsies as lashes for your damn self. Seriously. Than for you to beg and cry in front of a fucking man. If that man said he wanted to break up with you, okay. Now, if you want to cry alone and all of that, do all of that. It doesn't matter, but don't you dare cry and beg. Well, why would you want to leave me? Well, what can I do to make it better? Please don't you dare do no stupid shit like that. Again, who told you to do that? No. You want your mind to say, that's not normal. That's not normal for me to be crying and begging. This man is not for me if I have to cry and beg or feel like I have to cry or beg. This man is not for me. I'm only supposed to be happy. And if I'm crying, it's happy tears. If I'm sad, that man doesn't need to be in my life. You need to really say that to yourself because that's normal. That's normal for a man. If a man is in your life, he needs to be giving you happy tears, not sad tears. That's not normal. That's not normal. So, yes, never cry or beg, ever. Don't do that again. Thank you. Bye. Have a good night.
Please, for the love of fuck, for the love of fucking fuck, please stop begging for people to love you. Oh my fucking God. I had a memory pop up today of a couple text messages that I had with an ex. It was a text message conversation of me basically begging this man to fucking love me, begging this man to not leave me. It was always this cat and mouse game. He always had the power. He was always the one to break up and say like, oh, you fucked up, like we're over. And then I would beg for him to love me. This text message, hold on. That text message conversation that I read brought me right back to that day. I was so desperate for him to love me. I literally drove to his house that day. Mind you, at the time I lived like 45 minutes from him. I drove to his house and I sat outside of his door begging for him to open up the door, and he was home. It was just this like gut-wrenching, my life is over type of feeling. I know we've all been there. Baby, the right human for you will never, ever make you fucking beg to be loved. Ever. They won't entertain it. They won't think it's a game. They won't think it's fun or cute or, oh, like, look, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. And I know it's so easy to say, but this comes from not loving yourself enough internally. Like, that's just what it is. And now looking back, I'm like, wow, I really fucking hated myself. I didn't love myself enough to be like, no, bitch, you are fucking beautiful. You're a badass fucking woman. You've been through some shit and you deserve to be fucking loved without having to beg for it, without having to ask for it, without having to justify any of it. We settle for the love that we think that we deserve. So if you are begging somebody to stay with you and you are begging somebody to love you, I highly encourage you to tap into why that is and what is going on within yourself that makes you feel like you have to beg somebody to stay. The right person will genuinely love you and won't have you begging, crying, wailing on your hands and knees. They just won't. They just fucking won't. Not only do you look desperate and pathetic, I say this with love because I know I looked that fucking way, but you're not loving yourself at all. Stop begging for love. We don't beg for shit.
I literally just sat here crying and begging to be in somebody's life that told me that they no longer wanted me in their life. And for me, I took it to heart because I got so attached to this person and I literally gave them everything in me that now when they decided to leave, I literally have nothing left in me. I literally gave this person my all, my everything. I supported them. I gave them every single thing that I had in me. And now I am left feeling empty because they done took everything from me and walked away. And then I had to really sit here and think too, like, what am I lacking? Because to allow somebody to keep mistreating you or making you feel a certain type of way after they done told you, like, hey, I'm going to continuously keep treating you this way. Like, it is really time for me to dig deeper and to understand what am I lacking within myself to think that it is okay for somebody to continuously keep treating me like that because I'm afraid of being alone. And that's what it is. I am so afraid of being alone because I don't have anybody. And that was the only person that I really had. So now it's like I'm having the hardest time with letting go. Now, one thing I've always struggled with is letting people go. I don't know how to do that. Loneliness can really make you do some very strange shit, even if it's somebody mistreating you. When somebody tell you like, hey, I'm ready to let go, I no longer want to be in a situation, allow them to let go. Stop holding on to shit because you feel like, oh, I don't want to be alone. Sometimes it's better to be alone than to be going through a bunch of headache and bullshit. One thing that I'm noticing as I'm starting to get older is some people are just not meant for you. And that is simply okay. But you got to find enough courage and enough self-worth within yourself to say, hey, I deserve to be treated better. I think sometimes that we get afraid because we know that there is somebody out there that could possibly treat us better. But in our mind, we want that person to be that person that did not give us anything. This man literally sat over here and told me, like, all the things that you want, I'm not going to be able to give it to you. I hope that you find somebody else that can give it to you because it's not me. And even though those words really made me feel so sad, I know deep down inside that it's really the truth and I do deserve better. So I'm saying this to the ladies out there that feel like they don't deserve better. Just know that there is somebody out there that's going to love and cherish you, your children, and whatever else you got coming with you. But also understand that if a man is willing to tell you that he can't give you the things that you're looking for, I feel like he still deserves respect because at least he's not dragging you on and having you believe that he's going to be able to give you something that he know deep down inside he would never give to you. You're not the person, and it is okay to not be that person. Life moves on, and I know that it's sad to think like, damn, I don't want life to move on without you, but life still goes on.
I gotta tell you about this woman that was begging a man to take her back. Now, I repost the video. If you want to see the video, go look at it in my repost. Come back here and comment and tell me what you think. But as a woman, you never beg a man back. You never beg somebody. If somebody want to go and they don't want to be with you, let them go. But the way that woman was on live, this app is really starting to really make me so mad, the things that I see. If you show a man that you that weak for him, baby, if you weak, you beat. And he probably would take her back, but he gonna run some circles around her. Ain't no way in the world. I was so disappointed to see her doing that to herself. Behind a man. Take that love that you have for that man and go love on yourself and your children. But for you to be on live saying, please, please, give me another chance. Please, please, please. No woman have no business begging no man to be with her. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be where he wanna be. If he wants you, he gonna be with you. But begging somebody on the internet like this, in front of people, just even off the internet, you have no, I done lost all respect for women. Some women are just too weak for me. Hugs and love, y'all be blessed. Go check the video out of my repost, J-Lo.
When a man truly wants you, his number one priority is to get you off the market. He doesn't just sit around like a sack of potatoes knowing another man could come and lock you down before he does. No, he gets the hell up and he does whatever it takes to make you his. I know a guy wealthy, said he would never get married, thought he was big and bad, running around town, partying, acting like a playboy. He came across a queen who said, I'm only available for marriage and I'm not going to be with a big drinker either. This man admitted to having a problem, got into AA, stopped drinking, and they've now been married for 3 years. His now wife stood in her standards and he leveled himself up and made healthy changes to himself because he wanted her. A man will do what it takes when he wants you. You don't have to beg him. You don't have to convince him. Your job is to not bend on your values and the things that are important to you, and trust that the right guy will show up ready to prove that he's worthy of being your king.
Never beg a man for love or attention, because love can never be forced. Real love is freely given and not negotiated or begged for. If someone truly loves you, you will not have to convince him to stay, to care, or to choose you. If you beg for love, it damages your self-worth, because the more you beg for it, the more it makes you to slowly feel like your needs don't matter. You must earn that man's affection. With the time, it also teaches you that rejection is something that you have to tolerate. And of course, over time, it destroys your confidence and self-respect. Begging for love also creates a power imbalance between the two of you. Just remember that when you beg for love, or when one person begs for love, the one who is being begged gains power or control, which makes, of course, the relationship to become like unequal, and the respect for the one who keeps on begging, of course, fades away. And yet, love should feel mutual and not one-sided. You know, when you beg someone for something, even if it is not love, that person will always feel high, like they will feel like they are above you so much, like they are in control of everything in your life, which means that whatever they tell you to do, you will do it. And with the time, of course, your self-confidence diminishes, your self-worth reduces, you begin seeing yourself like you are not worth of anything, you're not worth of his love, so you have to keep on begging for it, and he will also take advantage of that or of you. Begging for love often also leads to emotional abuse in a way that people who accept begging do not suddenly become loving to you. They just become comfortable giving to you less, and more so, if you don't beg for it, they will not give it to you. And also, of course, they know that even if they don't give it to you, or whichever little they give you, you will stay. Love also should, of course, feel secure and not anxious. It shouldn't make you feel like if you don't beg for it, maybe nothing good will come out. He will not care for you. He will not do this. It's like you're walking on thorns in this kind of relationship. If you keep on begging a man for his love for you, of course you will be boosting his ego and he will feel so big, in which case it's not supposed to be like that. He will take advantage of you. So let me say this clearly. If you ever have to beg a man to love you, he already didn't love you, or he already decided not to love you. And of course that hurts to hear, but is the truth. A woman should never have to beg for effort. You should never have to beg for time. You should never have to beg for respect. And of course, definitely, you should never have to beg to be chosen. The moment you start begging, you stop being his partner, and then you start being his option. The reality is, when a man truly loves you, he doesn't confuse you, he doesn't disappear, he doesn't make you compete, he doesn't make you feel replaceable. And you don't chase consistency, you don't beg for communication, you don't question your worth every night, because love feels safe, it feels calm, it gives you peace, and feels mutual. And of course, a powerful woman knows this. If I have to beg, it's not love. If I'm crying than smiling, it's not love. If I'm shrinking to keep him, he's not my man. And this does not make you like you're too much. It's just because maybe you're asking the wrong person. So all in all, never beg a man to love you. Walk away with your dignity, protect your heart, and choose yourself. Because the right man will never need convincing. He will see your value immediately. And if he doesn't, please walk away. Gone are the days when women used to do that. This is 2026. And you can clearly see what some of those women went through when they begged men to love them. Learn to choose yourself and learn to love yourself. There is true love, but it comes at the right time and with the right person. And with that, I'll end this video here. If you found this interesting or helpful, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and let's catch up in the next video.